Nevada Governor Joe Lombardo just issued a warning that should send shockwaves through every condo owner, investor, and real estate professional in the city. Southern Nevada will run out of developable land by 2032. And when that happens, the housing crisis that's already crushing the market will become catastrophic. But here's what nobody's telling you about this panic. While the governor begs the federal government to release land, Las Vegas high-rise condos are sitting empty for months. Luxury buildings where HOA fees hit $1,200 per month, where buyers are walking away because the math doesn't work anymore, where owners are drowning in monthly costs that feel like paying 2 mortgages. And in the next 7 minutes, you're going to discover why the Vegas condo market isn't just cooling, it's crashing in slow motion. Because while single-family home prices hit record highs, condo prices dropped 4.9% year over year, inventory surged to 3.9 months of supply, and buyers have completely disappeared from buildings that used to sell units in days. This isn't a prediction, this is happening right now. And if you own a Vegas condo, if you're thinking about buying one, or if you're trying to understand where this market is headed, what I'm about to show you will change everything. Let me take you back to 2021. Las Vegas was on fire. Everyone wanted a piece of the action. Luxury high-rise condos on the Strip selling at record prices. Palms Place, Trump Tower, MGM Signature, Panorama Towers, Turnberry Place. These weren't just condos, they were lifestyle investments. Lock and leave freedom, resort-style amenities, 24-hour concierge, valet parking, strip views from 40 stories up. You bought a 2-bedroom at Palms Place for $400,000. HOA fees were $700 a month. High, but manageable. You could rent it out when you weren't using it, cover most of your costs, build equity. It felt like printing money. Now it's March 2025. Same Las Vegas, different reality. The median condo price in Las Vegas hit $306,000. That's up from February, but here's the problem. It's taking longer to sell them, way longer. Only 54.2% of condos are selling within 30 days, down from 56% last year. And for every unit that sells quickly, there are dozens sitting on the market for 60, 90, 120 days. But the real crisis? It's not the prices, it's the HOA fees. At Turnberry Place, HOA fees exceed $1,200 per month. At Sky Las Vegas, you're paying double HOA dues because there's a master association plus the building association. At Trump Tower, you're looking at $800 to $1,000 per month depending on unit size. The Signature at MGM Grand, $700 to $900. And here's the cruel math. You buy a $300,000 condo. With 20% down and a 7% mortgage, you're paying about $1,500 a month. Add HOA fees of $800 to $1,200, you're at $2,300 to $2,700 per month total. That's more than most single-family homes cost for a condo. So the expectation was Vegas condos would keep appreciating, lock-and-leave lifestyle would stay desirable, resort amenities would justify the costs. But reality? Buyers are running the numbers and walking away because nobody wants to pay 2 mortgages for one property. Now let's talk about why Governor Lombardo is panicking. And it's not just about condos, it's about land, or more specifically, the lack of it. The federal government owns over 85% of Nevada's land. That's not a typo, 85%. And according to Governor Lombardo, Southern Nevada will completely run out of developable land by 2032 if the federal government doesn't release more parcels for housing. In May 2025, Lombardo sat down with Interior Secretary Burgum and HUD Secretary Turner in a high-stakes roundtable. His message was blunt. We need to access that land, we need to build and make real estate affordable for both residents and builders, because in our current scheme, we are priced out of the business. Earlier in 2024, Lombardo sent a letter to President Biden urging immediate action. His exact words, "Here in Nevada, we are now at a stage where the housing shortage and inflation are tearing apart families and communities." But here's where it gets political and messy. While Lombardo focused on federal land, the Nevada legislature wanted to tackle a different problem: corporate investors buying up residential properties. Senator Dina Neal sponsored a bill to cap corporate purchases at 100 homes per year and create a registry tracking these buyers. The bill passed the legislature in 2023. Lombardo vetoed it. In 2025, it came back. This time, it needed a 2/3 majority. It was one vote short. Why? Because Senator Ira Hansen, who supported the concept, reluctantly voted against it at Governor Lombardo's request. Hansen later called it his biggest regret of that legislative session. So here's the contradiction. Lombardo says Nevada needs more housing, but when legislators try to limit corporate investors from gobbling up existing homes, he blocks them. He says federal land is the answer, but experts like housing analyst Raul Valdez disagree. He says it's primarily zoning and regulatory overreach that limits and increases cost. The governor is focused on supply, but the real problem might be who's buying. Let's get back to why Vegas condos are struggling, because it's not just about prices or land, it's about a cost structure that's become unsustainable. Las Vegas high-rise condos offer incredible amenities: 24-hour concierge, valet parking, resort-style pools and spas, state-of-the-art gyms, business centers. Some buildings, like Turnberry Place, include limo service. Panorama Towers has driver service. The Martin has dual coffee machines with a stocked coffee bar. Turnberry includes storage units for every owner. All of that costs money, a lot of money. Low-rise and mid-rise condos in Vegas, HOA fees run $50 to $150 per month. Those cover basic maintenance and standard amenities. But high-rise luxury buildings, $400 to $1,200 per month. Why? Because you're not just paying for maintenance, you're paying for specialized elevator systems with floor access control, advanced security with video surveillance and guard gates, high-rise structural maintenance teams, insurance on the entire building structure, shared utilities for common areas, staff to run the front desk and valet and concierge. And here's the problem that's killing sales. According to Scott Beaudry, former president of the Greater Las Vegas Association of Realtors, you're literally paying 2 mortgages. Kevin Ho, a high-rise specialist, confirmed that high HOA fees scare off buyers at the lower end of the luxury market. Units that should sell in weeks are sitting for months because buyers can't justify the total monthly cost. But it gets worse. Nevada has some of the most aggressive HOA foreclosure laws in the country. And this is where condo owners can get destroyed. In Nevada, HOAs have super priority lien status. What does that mean? If you fall behind on your HOA fees, the HOA can foreclose on your unit, and their lien takes priority over the mortgage lender in some cases. So if you owe $1,200 per month in HOA fees and you fall 3 months behind, you're looking at $3,600 in arrears, plus late fees, interest, and legal costs. The HOA can file for foreclosure, and unlike mortgage foreclosures that take months, HOA foreclosures can move faster. Turnberry Towers has units in foreclosure listed at $175,000. These are units that sold for over $550,000 at the peak. Owners couldn't keep up with the HOA fees, went into arrears, and lost everything. But here's the complexity most people miss. Las Vegas doesn't have one condo market, it has 2 completely separate markets operating under different rules. Hotel condos, buildings like MGM Signature, Trump Tower, and Palms Place allow nightly rentals. You can list your unit on Airbnb, rent it out when you're not using it, generate income. But there's a catch. Hotel condos have an extra layer of fees on top of monthly HOA dues. These cover the cost of handling short-term guests, housekeeping coordination, and front desk operations. You're paying for the privilege of running a mini hotel business. Residential high-rises. Buildings like Panorama Towers, Allure, and the Ogun are residential only, Minimum rental periods range from 3 months to a year. No nightly rentals allowed. These buildings attract full-time residents and snowbirds who spend half the year in Vegas. And buyers need to understand which category they're buying into, because if you buy a residential high-rise thinking you can Airbnb it to cover costs, you're violating the HOA rules and facing fines or legal action. The hotel condos offer income potential but higher fees. The residential buildings offer stability but no short-term rental income. And right now, both markets are struggling. Let's look at the hard numbers, because while everyone focuses on single-family homes hitting all-time highs, the condo market is telling a different story. July 2025, condo median price dropped to $290,000. That's down from June and down 2% year over year. March 2025, condo median price was $306,000. Inventory stood at 3.9 months of supply. Anything over 6 months is a buyer's market, but 3.9 is approaching balanced territory. December 2024, condo prices hit $290,000, down 4.4% from November. Compare that to single-family homes. July 2025 median, $485,000, up 1% year over year. March 2025, $485,000, still holding strong. So single-family homes are stable to slightly rising, condos are falling, and the gap between them is widening. Here's another red flag. In March 2025, only 54.2% of condos sold within 30 days. That's down from 56% in 2024. Compare that to single-family homes, where 56.9% still sold within 30 days. And here's the problem experts keep pointing out. Land isn't the bottleneck. Raul Valdez, a housing expert, told the Washington Examiner, it's primarily zoning and regulatory overreach that limits and increases cost. You can release all the federal land you want, but if local zoning doesn't allow high-density development, if building permits take 18 months, if construction costs stay elevated, new housing won't get built fast enough to matter. So here's where we are. Governor Lombardo is panicking because Nevada is on track to run out of land by 2032. He's begging the federal government for help while blocking legislation to limit corporate investors. Meanwhile, the Las Vegas condo market is crashing in slow motion. Prices down 4.9% year over year. Inventory rising, days on market increasing. HOA fees making ownership unaffordable for average buyers. And here's the cruel irony. Vegas has luxury high-rise condos sitting empty because $1,200 monthly HOA fees scare off buyers. But the city desperately needs affordable housing for teachers, nurses, hospitality workers, the people who make Vegas. So we're building the wrong product in the wrong price range. And when those luxury condos don't sell, developers stop building. When developers stop building, supply tightens further. When supply tightens, prices for everything else go up. If you own a Vegas high-rise condo right now, you're in a tough spot. Your HOA fees keep climbing as building maintenance costs rise. Your property value is flat or declining. And if you try to sell, you're competing with dozens of other units in your building alone. If you're thinking about buying, run the total cost math. Purchase price plus HOA fees plus property taxes plus insurance. Compare that to renting or buying a single-family home, because that $1,200 monthly HOA fee is a mortgage payment by itself. And if you're watching this wondering why the governor is panicking, now you know, because Nevada's housing crisis isn't one problem, it's 5 problems stacked on top of each other. Federal land ownership, corporate investor dominance, zoning restrictions, construction costs, and a condo market where the math no longer works for buyers. Lombardo can beg the federal government for land all he wants, but until someone addresses why a $300,000 condo costs as much monthly as a $500,000 house, this market isn't fixing itself. And by 2032, when Nevada truly runs out of land, the crisis will be beyond anyone's ability to solve. The Vegas condo market isn't crashing overnight, it's dying slowly. One empty unit at a time, one foreclosure at a time, one buyer walking away after seeing the HOA fees at a time. And unless something dramatic changes, this slow-motion crash is just beginning. That's it for today. Hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.